Hello, welcome to episode 37 of Little Bobbins Knits. My name is Dani and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Little Bobbins. We have a Ravelry group which you can find by searching Little Bobbins Knits in the groups tab on Ravelry, and show notes for the podcast can be found at littlebobbins.co.uk. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been ages, and so much has happened from the time I recorded the last episode to now. It's just, yeah, a lot. But yeah, so I don't know what this episode is going to be like. I'm never very good, even when I have a week's break. I come back to doing the podcast and it all seems a bit strange and like I can't work out how to do it properly. So I think it's been about 6 weeks this time, so yeah, who knows. If you've never seen the podcast before, this might not be the best one to start with. But if you have watched the podcast before, thank you so much for coming back and watching. I really appreciate you. If you're coming for the first time, I appreciate you coming to watch as well. I just wanted to say the biggest thank you to everyone who's been in touch over the last while I've been absent. I don't know why, but I'm getting emotional. It's just been a really, really stressful time. Okay, gather myself. But yeah, if you've been in touch and offered a kind word, thank you so much. You just honestly don't know how much that means to me. Right, so we've moved. We got the keys to our new house just over a month ago. 5 weeks, I think, something like that. It's all a bit of a blur. And it didn't go well. To say the least, it did not go well. I was going to put this at the end for those of you who don't care and just want to see the knitting, but I'm just going to get it out of the way now. So if you do just want to see the knitting, just fast forward a bit and hopefully I'll have stopped talking about it. But I know some of you have been asking how it went and you've been very caring and interested, so thank you to you. And yeah, this is how it went. So we got the keys, came in for the first time and just thought, what have we done? I think we were both in shock because we came in and the house had just been left in the most horrible state. It smelled awful. It was just dirty and just in a horrible state of disrepair, really. When we'd come round to view the house, the owners had ushered us round kind of at speed. So we'd missed a lot of things. Oh, I just realised I haven't got my engagement ring on. I haven't been wearing it because I've been painting and didn't want to get paint on it. Anyway, yeah, so they'd ushered us round at speed and we sort of can see why now. I think we both just thought, because we've been looking for a house for about 4 years, like consistently we've been going around to look at houses most weekends and stuff for about four years. We're quite picky, quite particular. I think with such a huge thing you have to be, don't you? Unless you want to do it again, and we never want to do it again ever. We've known that right from the beginning. So my tea's still way too hot. So we came in and just were greeted by this smell and the sight of just horribleness. And we thought, how can we have made such a huge mistake after 4 years of searching for the right house? It was quite a horrible moment. We were both just in shock. I phoned my mum and I said, Mum, you've got to come round here. She was at home looking after Bobbin. I didn't want Bobbin coming into this house before we'd cleaned it properly, because there was a dog living in here before, another dog living here, and I didn't want him, I'm neurotic, I didn't want him smelling the other dog smell, and that being his first sort of experience of the house. But it was an emergency. So Mum walked round with Bobbin. My Auntie Jack came round. I just needed family to come and help. And I think I was probably in tears at this point. And yeah, we were just trying to look at how we could salvage what we had found ourselves plonked into. The carpet was all rolling up. The carpet was just so dirty and horrible. And it smelled bad. It was just... And it was all rolling up by the doors downstairs to outside. And it's just not nice. So my Auntie Jack ripped up a bit of carpet to see what was underneath, and we found this beautiful parquet floor, which was honestly, at that point in time, a lifesaver. So then we all got down and started ripping up this carpet, just all completely willy-nilly, not organised, not rolling it up as we go, just ripping it up, just thinking this cannot be gone quick enough. So we ripped that up, and there was this horrible fireplace on the wall, and I thought I was going to have to live with this fireplace for a really long time until we could afford to get it changed. And I said to Auntie Jack about how much I really, really hated this fireplace. So she ripped it off the wall. It was, looking back now, it was so funny. She just ripped this fireplace off the wall. Luckily it was just screwed on to the dado rail, which also came off with the fireplace, so that's awful. All around the room. Yeah, it was so... Family have just been an absolute... They've just been amazing over the last... Well, since we've had this house. Well, they've helped so much. My cousin was round, because the people who lived here before left loads of their junk here. The garden was full of like 3 rusty barbecues, just full of junk. So my cousin was round helping David get everything into the garage so that we could get organised, and we filled up the garage, like filled it up. There was a mountain of stuff in there that they'd left behind, or we had to get rid of because it was gross, like the carpet. I started cleaning the carpets all upstairs. We're upstairs in my sewing room now. I started cleaning the carpets upstairs and the hallway and the stairs, and it was coming up black, and it was just really horrible. So we cut a little square out in one of the rooms up here to see what was underneath, and there were just lovely floorboards underneath. They've been treated in 2 of the rooms. In our bedroom they haven't been, so we're going to paint them white, I think. But David said it was like the house was just willing us to save it. It kept on giving us these helping hands. So we ripped all the carpets up everywhere else as well. The hallway, we've got the parquet floor going through as well. We thought we were going to have to keep that carpet down because we thought it would be concrete, but had a little peek. And that was a lovely relief. So, and obviously that helps a lot of the smell go. There was wallpaper in every room, layer upon layer of wallpaper, and I think they painted with some sort of gloss paint or something, because when we were trying to get the wallpaper off with the steamer, it was just coming away, the paint was melting away like pizza cheese. It was waterproof, so you had to get through that layer of paint before you could get to the paper underneath. It's been an awful lot of work, and we're not finished yet by any means. If we'd have known how much work it would be, I don't think we would have gone for the house. We wanted somewhere where we could just come in, just clean the carpets, put some paint on the walls, and then work out what we wanted to do in the future. It hasn't been like that. We've had to gut the place effectively and start again. And now that we're sort of near the other end, there's still an awful lot that needs to be done. I'm so glad that we've done that, because we're getting the house how we want it. I think when you sort of live with stuff, you get used to it, don't you? You forget how much you would like to change that thing, but you will when you get around to it. But we've just had to do it. So everything's white. It was sort of I wanted to paint everything white initially anyway, because I thought that way we could just let the rooms tell us what colour they wanted to be when we start living in them and start using them. But painting it all white, it just became like a cleansing of the house, and everywhere's so much brighter and so much nicer. So this has just been my life for the last, well, since we got the keys. I've been here decorating, removing things that we didn't want to be around, and putting new lovely things up on the walls. It's been a lot, really, and it's been every day, and it's been completely tiring, but I've been so grateful to family for coming to help, and because we would just be nowhere. If David and I hadn't had family who were willing to help us so much, as they have, we would still be downstairs in that stinky living room crying, I think. So, yeah. It wasn't a fun move. But we have, and there are so many wonderful things. Like I said, I don't think that had we known then what we know now about how much we had to do, we wouldn't have gone for the house. And I think that would have been a huge mistake, because we've got a really lovely house now that we won't have to leave for a really long time, I hope. It's got lovely sized rooms, and it's in exactly the location that we wanted. So when we're not so tired and we can look past all of the things that we still have to do, we feel very lucky that we've got this place, because it will be lovely. And I can see flickers of the loveliness coming through now, which is just such a relief. I think my favourite place at the moment in the whole house is the hallway. I've got a nice little area. I'll show you at some point. But I've got a nice little spot with a table and a sweet little light and a little quilted mug mat that was a gift from Himiko. It's such a cute little corner, and I did that reasonably early. We got off all the wallpaper from the hallway and painted it all white and everything. And a lovely little quilt that my mum made on the wall with sheep on it. I put a picture of that on Instagram actually, if you wanted to have a look. And that's been it's just been a really happy place to look at, while everything else is a bit chaotic. We made sure we got the bedroom sorted as much as we could early. And we were really lucky. This is such a ramble, I'm so sorry. If you just please feel free to fast forward or come back next time. We were very lucky because we got the keys a week before we had to have all of our stuff moved in. So we were able to rip out all of the carpets and things without having to work around our furniture. That was such a great thing. We were very lucky to be able to do that. It stopped recording. I must have filled up my memory or It might have been my iPad's way of saying, I think that's enough moaning about that, don't you? So, I can't remember what I was saying, but anyway, it's been a really, really stressful time, but yeah, we're trying to remember what a good thing it will be in the long run. Stopped recording again. This is going to be a chaotic, fragmented and rambly episode, I can tell. So yes, this lovely bag, which I just think is so cute, look at that little dog in the boat, was given to me by Laurie and Heidi from Cowtown Colourworks. They've also given us a prize for the Purposeful Stash Along. They've got a lovely Etsy shop where they sell bags and hand-dyed yarn, and they also have a podcast, which is really lovely. I think they're on episode 8, so it's quite a new one. I'll put links in the show notes. But yeah, I just think this bag's so cute. And in here I've got something, I think all of my projects are new. I don't think you've seen them before. That doesn't mean I've finished anything, just so you know. I just felt like casting on new things. So in here is a sock in a little bit of a tangle. It's a blueberry waffle sock. This is with King Cole yarn. I wonder if I've got the ball band in here. I don't think I have. Oh, no. I'll make a project page for it and I'll put it in the show notes and things. I just haven't got around to doing anything like that. But this is King Cole. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a 50% wool and 50% acrylic or polyamide, whatever they're calling it on the label. And therefore someone who is very, very rough on their socks. So I'm hoping that that blend will be more hard wearing, we'll see. But I really liked the colours. They were really lovely and cosy, autumnal looking, aren't they? I put in a contrast heel, slip stitch. This is with some, I think this is Artisano definition sock yarn, this contrast. I used it in a Pop Spots shawl, so this is leftovers from that, and I thought the colours went nicely. So yeah, that's coming along. I love the blueberry waffle sock pattern. They make such cosy socks. I've got the other one up to the place where I'll start the heel. I'm using my high sharps for that, 2.25mm, and it's making just a really lovely squishy sock. So I'm enjoying those. And thank you to Laurie and Heidi for my bag. It's so cute. I thought this bag was perfect for this project because the person that I'm knitting the socks for is so outdoorsy. She's got a camper van and she loves canoeing and walking and all sorts of outdoor things, so this bag was perfect for that. And it's so cute. My next work in progress, I've forgotten to write down on my sparse little list here. You're right, Bobby. So cute. I decided to start an Excuse Me shawl by Stephen West. I've wanted to knit this shawl for ages since I saw the pattern came out. But it's knit in DK weight, I think, in the pattern. And I didn't have enough of that, and yeah, it just didn't work for me in that way, and for some reason that put me off knitting it. But then I think Mum and I were organising my stash in here, and I found this yarn. This is really old stash. Mum knit me something out of this and I never wore it, and it was this, I loved it. I loved the look of the pattern. It was like a 6 foot long strip of fisherman's rib with sleeves. It was such a lot of knitting for Mum. But I never wore it, so we ripped it out again. And I felt very guilty. But it's this mohair type stuff. And I thought, that might be a nice base for an excuse me shawl. So I started gathering all the different colours that I might like to use. And that's one of the things that I love about Stephen West shawls. I did it with the Vertices Unite. It was all bits of stash yarn that I had, and the colours all went nicely together. So I was planning on using this all the way through and then just swapping colours in and out. But this is a nightmare to knit with. So that's not happening. It's just going to be in there for little bits. But I've got other yarns. Like this is one of my favourite yarns that I've ever knit with. It's a Juno Fibre Arts yarn. It's got some sparkle in it. And it's this lovely blue colour, but in some lights it looks lilac. So pretty. And then I've got this lovely skein. It's Faded Vintage, I think. It's from Barenvuller. And I thought this sort of inspired me. The mix of these two really inspired me to get looking at different colours, because I just love these colours. I think they're beautiful together, and these were the base of my shawl really. And then I found this skein in my stash, or two of them actually. Rowan Finest. It's extra fine merino, cashmere and royal alpaca. It's so soft. I bought these for something else a while ago, but I think they'll be lovely in this. And another skein, a little leftover bit of some Juno Fibre Arts. Some drops alpaca, because I thought that blue was a nice little touch in there. This is left over from my morning mist. So I am using different weights. This is a sport weight, this is a DK, but very similar to the sport weight. Then there's the fingering weight. And I found this skein of drops Fable in my stash, and I thought those colours would be perfect. And this Peyton's Croy. And this shawl is becoming a bit like a memory type shawl, because all of these yarns have got special associations. Like this was a gift from Kemper from the Junk Yarn podcast, so that's really lovely having that in. This I knit a shawl for Mum out of, so that's lovely memory. And this is obviously the one that Mum knit for me, and that was a very special favourite, and I just love this yarn. So it's all becoming really special. I was going to use just bits from stash, but when you use bits from stash, they all come with memories, don't they? So it makes it so much more of a special project than I thought it was going to be. And this is left over from my campsite. I think I'll probably put that in there. So yeah, I gathered all my bits and I've made a start with it. This is Old Maiden Aunt. This is sport weight as well. Alpaca and something else, but I can't remember. I knit my canopy shawl out of that. And I've just sort of finished knitting with this bit of hand spun. I think I might spin some more for it as well, actually. So this is it so far. And it's just so much fun. And the other side just looks really different. And I think that's such a... I love that about brioche. You do get a sort of double-sided type thing. These little stitch markers that I'm using, they were from Laurie and Heidi at Cowtown Colourworks as well. They're so cute. They've been perfect for this shawl. But yeah, so I've got to the stage now where I just repeat what I'm doing until it's as long as I want. So I'd like this to be huge. I must go along and enter this into Nessa's knit along. Nessa from the Kill to Craft podcast is doing a brioche along. And yeah, I'd really like to enter it into that. Not that I'm very hopeful that I'll finish it on time, because I do want this to be massive. But yeah. Nessa's got a lovely podcast if you haven't watched it before. Kill to Craft podcast. I'll put links in the show notes. So yeah, there's that project. I'm knitting it on Xiaogu interchangeables. I'm using 3.75 because all of my weights of yarn are slightly lighter than in the original pattern, and it's giving a really nice squishy fabric. But I'm enjoying these needles. I really like the Xiaogu needles. They're heavier than the high sharps, which are my usual favourites, but they're lovely and smooth. And because with brioche you knit along and then you push your knitting back to the other side and knit along that same side again, I really like this more substantial cable for that. It's making that pushing along and knitting again easier somehow, because there's no twirly bits where the cable's thinner and twirlier. So I'm enjoying that a lot. My next work in progress, which one should I show you? I'll show you this one. This is in a gorgeous bag from Sarah of Knotty Gnome Crafts. I mentioned her podcast in the last episode. It's really lovely. She's very skilled maker. And she sent me this bag, which I'm just in love with. It's so cute, isn't it? She also sent us a bag for the Purposeful Stash Along, which is very exciting. I'll show you that in a bit. But this is just so cute. And I thought it was perfect for the project that I've got in it, because the colours go really nicely. I love the lining too. Thank you so much for this, Sarah. So this is the Curious Handmade Mystery Knit Along. If you haven't, I'm not even a quarter of the way through clue 2, so you're probably ahead of me by now. The new clue's out tomorrow, I think. But if you don't want to see it, then do look away now. So I'm using this yarn. This is from Skein Queen, and you're not going to be able to see it. It doesn't show up on photos. Oh, that does sort of show up. It's just beautiful. It's delicately coloured pastel bits and then some black flecks going through. I just love it. And then it's written as a 2-colour shawl, so I'm using this as my other colour. This is Cascade Heritage. I can't remember what the colour's called. I want to say limestone, but I don't know if that's right. But it's colour 5681, and this is just a one of a kind from Skein Queen, in twist base. Right, so I'll show the shawl now. Oh, I'm in a tangle with everything today. There it is. This is another one of my Cowtown Colourworks stitch markers. It's really cute. Little man in a boat fishing. But yeah, that's where I'm up to. So I need to get going really, because I do, oh, I need to sneeze. I do like to knit the new clue, or at least start the new clue as soon as it comes out. It hasn't been a problem because lately because I've just not been on social media really. If I'm stressed or overwhelmed or sad, I just retreat into a hermit-like state. And I've been all of those things lately, so yeah, I've just not been anywhere. So I haven't seen any spoilers, but that's why I usually like to get the newest clue at least started, so I know what it's going to look like. So if I do see any spoilers, I don't sulk about it, because I love mystery knit-alongs to be a mystery. But yeah, that's the start. So yeah, I'm enjoying that mystery knit-along. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. Yeah, and I love this little bag. It's so cute. My last work in progress is in another just completely gorgeous bag. Isn't it lovely? Oh, this was also a very, very lovely gift from Knit and Stitch Bits. She's such a lovely person, and she just makes such beautiful bags. I love the fabrics that she chooses, and they're so beautifully made. I put a little pom-pom on there. I was watching Lara from the Fawn Knits podcast, and she'd put a pom-pom on one of her bags, and I thought it looked so cute, so I had to completely copy her. I was going to make one, but I found this when I was wandering through town. Accessorize had a bunch of different coloured ones. I thought this one went perfectly, so I had to pop it on. Anyway, yeah, so thank you for that idea, Lara. Her podcast is lovely too. Are you watching that one? I need to write down all of these podcasts that I need to link. It's getting to be quite farcical now. My memory just ran out again, so I've transferred everything onto my computer, made myself a cup of coffee, and we'll try again. And I collected Bobbin as well. You know Bobbin. Bobbin has settled in. I'm going back to house stuff now, but Bobbin has settled in so well. Thank you very much to everyone who's asked, and he settled in straight away. He much quicker than we did, but yeah, he really likes it here. Apart from, he does like a bit of carpet to get up speed on. He slips a bit on the wooden floors, so, but we'll have some rugs soon. Then he'll be able, well, we've got a couple of rugs that he does like to run about on, but yeah, anyway, he has settled in really well, so thank you so much for asking. So back to the project that I was telling you about before it cut out. I'm knitting the Windswep shawl by Molly of Homespun House. I'm enjoying it so much. Have you seen Molly's dyeing yarn now? So beautiful. Just gorgeous. Anyway, I really love Molly's patterns. I've knit the Whispering Pines shawl as well, and they're such lovely wearable pieces. Really, really appeal to my aesthetic. And this shawl, I know I'm going to wear so much. I've enjoyed knitting it a lot, and it does have a unique design element, should we call it. I was enjoying these little long stitches so much that I just kept on knitting them, so I think I've got an extra one in there. Maybe an extra two, I'm not sure. But yeah, I was clearly just in that long stitch zone, and I knit some extra ones. So I'm about to start the edging now, and it's just beautiful. It's going to be the cosiest, loveliest shawl. I love this textured stitch that's happening here, and then the lovely lacy bit at the bottom. It's just so gorgeous. Can't really get a good idea, can you? Because it's all bunched up on the needles, but it's going to be so lovely and cosy. I'm already planning my next one, and I can't wait to start that one. I'm using rosy green wool, Cheeky Merino Joy, and this is colour 57, Wild Mallow. It's lovely. I really love this rosy green wool. It's really, really nice stuff. The sheep are treated well, and the dye process that they use is kind to the environment, so, and the workers are treated fairly. It's just all round very, very good yarn. I like it a lot, and it's very, very soft. It's so soft actually, my hands have been horrendously rough because of all the scraping off wallpaper and drilling and just things like that. So I have noticed that it's pilling a bit because of my rough hands, but I think that's just sort of testament to how soft it is, because the softer the fibre, the more likely to pill. I think that's right, isn't it? But I've been applying lots of moisturiser and trying to get them to feel less serrated. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this shawl so much, and I can't wait to wear it. It's going to be one that I wear all the time, I can tell. I'm knitting it with my... This was a treat. This cast on was a treat. It was the first thing I started knitting in this house, and because I hadn't knit for a good couple of weeks, and it was my treat to cast this on, and it really was a treat. I'm using my carbons 4mm needles. They're working really nicely for this project. You're right, my little boy. And I'm going to have some of this yarn left over, which I'm excited about. Oh, you're so lovely. Because I'm going to put it in my Excuse Me shawl, because it will be perfect colours to go in that. You're so lovely. Yeah, so I'm really, really enjoying this shawl, and I know I'll really enjoy wearing it as well. I'm using these lovely stitch markers. These were a gift from Lisa, and they are so nice. Don't know if you can see them. I can't lean forward because of where Bobbins just put himself. They're such lovely stitch markers. They are from Heidi and Lana. They're just lovely little things. I really, really like those stitch markers. They're kind of like a twist on the ring stitch markers, you know? They're lovely. Bye, Bob. Bye. He's got a little bed down there, and he says that his bed moves less than I do, so he's gone down there. So yes, really, really enjoying that, and as soon as I've cast it off, I'm casting on another one for my mum, because it's just such a lovely shawl, and I think it's perfect for winter, autumn, winter time. It's going to be so cosy and lovely. So that's all my works in progress. I haven't worked on anything else. I haven't felt like picking up any of my whips that I had previously. I'm sure I will at some point, but just haven't felt like it yet, so I have no finished objects. One thing I really do want to dig out is my cardigan for the Purposeful Stash Along. I don't think you can see it. Can you see just past there? No, you can't see it. There's a basket of all of my whips. It's overflowing. I'm assuming my Purposeful Stash Along cardie is in there. Thank you so much to everyone who's still taking part in the Purposeful Stash Along. It's yeah, lovely to see that you're still involved in taking part, because I'm just completely absent at the moment. I'm hoping to get back to being less absent, but there's still so much to do here that I can't imagine that I'm going to be back to any sort of regular presentness for a bit, really. I'd like to get back in or into a routine with the podcast, but I can't see that happening for a little while, because there's some work that we're going to be having done in the house, which means that workmen will be here and I won't be able to record then because there'll be noise and stuff. But anyway, what I was trying to say was thank you so much for still taking part. I'm going to finish that and draw for prizes in October, and I'm going to dig out my cardigan. It's probably not being dug out because I know that I've got to start the second sleeve. Never appealing. But we've got some lovely prizes that have come in. So, and I haven't worked out how I'm going to sort them out or anything yet, but here's the lovely bag from Tracy at Thimble and Thread Make. Really, really cute little drawstring bag. So sweet. Tracy is on Periscope quite regularly. If you're using Periscope, it's yeah, she has quite a few videos on there, and I really enjoy watching hers because she's lovely. We also got donated this lovely bag from Sarah at Nottingham Crafts, and it's gorgeous. It's just so cute, isn't it? The fabric's lovely. It's looks like English paper piecing hexagons. It's got a lovely little zipper pull, little tag there with a ring, and inside it's just gorgeous. So beautifully made as well. It's lined with this beautiful print. There's a zipped pocket. It's amazing. It's magic. There's another little pocket here, and there's also a little pull thingy. What's that called? So you can put it on your zip as a zip pull, or you can pop it on here as a handle. Handle, that's the word I was thinking of. But yeah, so cute. So sweet and lovely. So yeah, there's those lovely bags. That's such sweet fabric, that inside. This is a lovely substantial bag. Really nice. So yeah, we've got the Thimble and Thread Make one, which I showed you in the last episode. Lovely Nottingham Crafts one. And remember I said that Cowtown Colourworks sent me this bag? Well, when they sent me that bag, they sent a prize for the podcast, for the knit-along. So it's this lovely little kit. Oh, crinkly. I love that crinkly noise. I think I'll take it out. Hang on. So, the little kit from Cowtown Colourworks is this sweet little bag. Isn't that cute, with the lovely little birds? Little drawstring. Lovely grape ribbon ties. And boxed bottom. Nice simple white lining. Really lovely. And a skein of yarn. This is their broad and high base, which is 80% merino, 20% nylon. It's a fingering weight, so 400 yards, superwash. This is the hippie chick colourway. There's their card if you'd like to go and have a look at their lovely shop. But this is beautiful. And there's also a little packet of stitch markers, the same ones that I've got. And they're just so cute. So yeah, that's the prize from Laurie and Heidi at Cowtown Colourworks. So thank you very much for that. Thank you to everyone who's donated prizes. It's just so lovely. And I think I've got another one on the way. And yeah, I'll be adding some prizes. Oh, and lovely Isabel from the Fluffy Fibres podcast. She's got a lovely new pattern out. Have you seen it? It's the bonbon, it's called. It's just lovely. I've actually already decided what yarn I'm going to knit mine out of. This tweedy stuff. It's there because I'm going to cast it on at some point. But Isabel has offered us a pattern to give away. Of one of each of her patterns to give away. So a lovely Verdure shawlette and the bonbon shawlette as well. So thank you so much for that, Isabel. So yeah, it's coming together in that sense, and yeah, just thank you very much for taking part, and thank you for the lovely donations. So, I know I'm going to be forgetting lots of stuff this week, and I'm sorry if I forget anything really pertinent. So I'll move on to lovely things. With my lovely bag, it was a kit as well, like the one that's going to be given away in the Purposeful Stash Along. And mine came with those stitch markers that I showed you, and this gorgeous yarn. Isn't it beautiful? I just love these saturated blues. They're so gorgeous. This is a DK weight. It's their Aurora base, and there's sparkle in here. I just think it's gorgeous. So, yeah, thank you so much for that. It was very lovely of you to give me a little kit as well. Thank you. So yeah, that's from Cowtown Colourworks as well. And the very kind Sarah, when she sent me the giveaway bag and sent me my lovely bag, which I just love. Look at this lovely little gold tie there. Isn't it perfect with that bag? She also sent me some mini skeins, which are just lovely. I love that one especially. Isn't that gorgeous? I wonder what that is. They're really, really lovely mini skeins, so I can't wait to knit them into my blanket. Thank you so much, Sarah. But yeah, Knotty Gnome Crafts, you've got to go and have a look at her shop too. She's got beautiful bags, just beautifully made, and hand spun and all sorts of lovely things in her shop. So yeah, thank you for those. I got a lovely package from Lisa. I got this package, I think our stuff had been moved in a couple of days and it was still all very horrible here. So I saved this package for a little while because I just didn't want to open it while I was feeling so sad. I know how these things sort of, they cheer you up, don't they? But when you're feeling so bad, I didn't want to have this lovely package having any sort of negative association, so I saved it for a while and it was just so lovely to open. There was a lovely toy for Bobbin and some treats for Bobbin, which he loved. Didn't you, Bobbin? You can hear me saying his name. You were a good boy, you liked your treats, didn't you? Yeah. And there were treats for me, lovely chocolate bars, one of them has already gone, some lovely tea bags, and these lovely hot chocolate sachets, which I'm really excited to try. They're going to be delicious. And Lisa also sent me those lovely stitch markers that I am using on my Windswep shawl. They're such lovely stitch markers. You see? Such sweet ones. Completely snag free and just lovely to use. From HeidiandLana.com. Hello baby. You come over in case I've got something for you. I'll give you a little treat, shall I? This box is more difficult to open than it once was because Bobbin stole it out of my handbag and has chewed it a little bit. There you go. Good boy. And Lisa also sent me this beautiful skein of yarn from Yarn Hollow. Isn't that gorgeous? Just beautiful colours. It's the squish base, which is merino, superwash, bamboo and nylon, which is really lovely. I'm not sure that I've used a yarn with that makeup, so it's very exciting, very beautiful yarn. I was really tempted to put it in my Excuse Me shawl. I want to put everything in there at the moment because it's just such a fun project to work on, but I'm not sure. I think it might need to be socks. It's so soft. Bamboo is lovely and soft, isn't it? So yeah, that was just such a lovely package. Thank you so much, Lisa. Oh, and she also sent me this lovely little bag. This has actually got a sock, which I'm knitting when I'm out and about, so it hasn't grown very much though. I'll show you it next week because I've done my whips now. But yeah, thank you so much, Lisa. This is all very disorganised, but Laurie and Heidi from Cowtown Colourworks also sent me these, which is a local chocolate that they have in Ohio, Buckeyes. So I'm really excited to try them. I love how cutely they packed that. That's so sweet. I got a really lovely package from my friend Jessie, who is Ocha on Instagram and Ravelry. Jessie is very, very inspiring. She is who inspired me to knit my sock yarn blanket, and she knits beautiful socks and she's lovely. And I've always pronounced her Instagram name wrong, but she was on Periscope the other day, so I got to find out how to pronounce it properly, so that was lovely. So yeah, go and follow Jessie on Periscope if you're not already. I think she's Ocha Knits on Periscope. But she sent me this really cute little canvas bag, which I've used loads already. 2 lovely skeins of hawthorn fingering from Knit Picks, which I just think are beautiful. This one was a contender for the Curious Handmade Mystery Knit-Along. I came up with lots of different pairings, and this one was going to be paired with a sort of greyish colour. I think it might still have to be a 2-colour shawl with a greyish, because there's sort of a lilac-y greyish there. I think it would just look beautiful in the 2-colour shawl. This is the, what's this colour? Belmont, and this blue one is Goose Hollow. So they're lovely, they're really lovely and soft as well. And Jessie sent me some lovely minis. Oh, and she's labelled them all, aren't they gorgeous? I really love this one. What's this one? Oh, this is Lene yarn. Isn't that pretty? Sparkly. So, yeah, they're going to be really, really fun to knit in my blanket. Thank you, Jessie. And this really cute notebook with bunting on, which I thought was so cute. So that was just a lovely surprise package. So amongst all the stressfulness and all the horribleness, there have just been so many opportunities where I've remembered how very lucky I am to just be in touch with such kind people and such just lovely, generous people. So thank you for being part of that. On a couple of weeks ago, I have no idea when, but it was, or a few weeks ago, it was the Great London Yarn Crawl, and this year with the Great London Yarn Crawl they had a pop-up marketplace, and I went along. So it was a lovely small marketplace, but it was really, really nice. They had lovely vendors there, and I got to meet some really nice people, so thank you for saying hello. It was really lovely to meet you. And I got to meet Helen from Curious Handmade, which is lovely. She had a, I think, what's it called? A designer spotlight. So she had lots of the examples of her shawls there, and it was lovely to see those in real life. There's one of hers that I particularly want to knit, and I can't remember the name of it, so that's infuriating, isn't it? But it's a heavier weight one. I'll find it and I'll link it in the show notes, but it was really lovely. Looks so cosy. Yes, and I bought a couple of things. So I bought this lovely skein from Ginger Twist Studio. It's called Lady Lovely Locks, and it's superwash merino and nylon blend. And it's very squishy. I just loved the purple tones. I thought that they were really pretty. And I've been thinking that that might need to go with my Excuse Me shawl. I also got this beautiful skein from Life in the Long Grass. This is gorgeous. This is a custom dye for Yak, which is a lovely shop in Brighton that I told you about a while back when I went to visit it. It's just such a lovely shop. And Life in the Long Grass dyed these especially for the shop. They're based on colours of birds. This is the lilac breasted roller. I just love all of those colours. I have no clue what this is going to be because it's very, very variegated, but it's gorgeous. And this is my first skein of Life in the Long Grass. So superwash merino and nylon as well. And I also got this one, which is pistachio hedgehog fibres. and I am in love with these colours. Look at those lilacs. And it's so soft, this yarn. It's just amazingly soft. I love the little lime greens, and yeah, it's beautiful because Yarn Story were there as well. And Yarn Story are the shop that I went to in Bath, where I got 2 skeins of hedgehog fibres before. So yeah, they were there with some different colours. I couldn't resist this one. So yes, now what else have I got in there? Yeah, I think that's everything in there. I drew for the giveaway. So yeah, people have had much longer than I anticipated to enter for this giveaway. It was for the lovely skein of Tweety Pie from Fondant Fibre, fondantfibre.com, which is just gorgeous. It's on the spangle gold base, superwash merino and nylon. Lovely. So I drew for that already because I knew that I wasn't going to be capable of doing it well live. And so I used the random number generator between 2 and 219, and it came up with 205. And that's Kelly, who is Wicken W, and she's in the UK. And the prompt that I gave was, what are your favourite colours and where can you find them? And Kelly likes autumnal colours because they make her feel warm and cosy. And I'd agree with that. It is lovely when it starts getting a bit chilly out and you've got all those warm autumnal colours. So yeah, get in touch with me, Kelly, or I might get in touch with you because you might not have a clue that I've podcasted again because it's been so long. But yes, Wicken W, get in touch and we'll get this skein out to you. And thank you very much to Deb from Fondant Fibre for donating this lovely skein to us. I've been coveting some things on Fondant Fibre. You've seen those lovely spin bins that Deb's making? Gorgeous. I'm going to have to get one of those one of these days. So, I think that's all that I'll show you today. I have got some other yarns that I bought, and I've got some books that I have bought, but I'll leave that to next week in case I haven't got anything else to show you next week. And this week's been quite a long and fragmented episode, hasn't it? So I'll leave it at that, I think. But thank you so much for coming and spending a bit of time with me today. And thank you again to everyone who's been in touch over the last few weeks. I just really, really appreciate how lovely you all are to me. It makes me feel very, very lucky, so thank you. Caroline, lovely seaside girl, got in touch and reminded me that it's been a year since my first episode. So I'm going to have to come up with a nice little giveaway for the year podcast anniversary thing, because yes, it's very I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I'm so glad that I started the podcast, and I can't believe it's been a year. So much has happened this year that yeah, it's amazing, and I feel very grateful that you've been so welcoming to my podcast, and yeah, just appreciate you always, so thank you very much. And I will come up with a nice giveaway to celebrate that 1 year thing, because I hope you want to celebrate with me. So thank you so much for coming and watching today, and I hope to see you again much sooner than last time. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.